everybody, I'm Joe Somebody and you're watching part 4 of my 4-part video series from the Carnival Sunshine. You need to make sure you saw the first 3 parts of the video series, and then in this one we're going to take a look at the fun water slides, Bonsai Sushi, and then I'm going to talk just as a general overview about my thoughts on the Sunshine. Some of you may remember that Freeport is not one of my favorite ports. I don't personally have anything against it, and I actually had a really good time last year at Taino Beach. In general, it's just not one of my favorites, and the fact that you gotta take a taxi pretty much anywhere you go and stuff like that, I just decided I didn't want to get off the ship. I also realized this was our last day aboard the Carnival Sunshine and that I had not yet tried the water slides. I mean, what was going on? So we got us some breakfast and took it to the less crowded Havana bar like always. I let my food settle just enough to keep me from puking, and then I ran up the tower to the water slides. I'm sorry, sir, there's no running on the ship. Okay, well, I actually walked, but still, I was very excited. You have to climb a tall tower of stairs, and once you get to the top, there are 3 different slides to choose from. That yellow slide is pretty fast, it's got a lot of curves, and it even blacks out at a couple points just for a little extra fun. But those other 2 slides though, those 2 are racing slides. And they're not kidding when they call those things racing slides. You feel like you're gonna lose control, you're zipping down so fast, there's alternating patterns putting you into like a trance as you go down. Supposedly the blue one and the green one are identical, but every time I went down the green one, I like splashed my man area really hard. So you can consider this a public service announcement that the green slide may not be your friend, or maybe it just didn't agree with me, I don't know. I didn't have that problem on the blue slide, but that green one and me just did not get along. After all that sliding, I went to the Serenity Pool and looked around and spent some time just chilling, just relaxing. And then before I knew it, it was time to leave Freeport and head back to Port Canaveral. But the fun wasn't over yet. We decided we wanted to try Bonsai Sushi. Now Bonsai is also not a free restaurant, but instead of paying per person, you pay for the items you get, much like a traditional restaurant. I ordered a thing called a bento box that came with miso soup, a salad, a California roll, and then 3 pieces of sushi. That entire bento box meal was $10. Marlena got a California roll and a salad, hers was $7. The food was great, and it was cheaper than we could have got sushi back here in Georgia. After dinner, we went back to the Limelight Lounge for another Punchliner comedy show, this time with comedian Tommy Drake. We got in there early this time. We actually stood in line before they opened the doors and were able to pick a great seat. We got a couple cocktails before he came out on stage, and Tommy was absolutely fantastic. After that, we went back to the room, and I was going to give some closing statements while I was on the ship, and I could, I was in the atmosphere, I was in the zone, but I just didn't. I just sat there and listened to the waves and enjoyed it. I didn't film anything after this point on the trip because the trip was basically over. We got up the next morning, we flew back home, did that whole ordeal. But I do want to talk a little bit more about a couple other things from this trip. Carnival hooked us up with complimentary Wi-Fi arrangements for this trip, and I've got to say the speed and stability was much better than I experienced last year on the Valor. I've noticed they created some new packages for different things like social media that makes it a little bit more affordable for people as well. Before we boarded the ship, I had the Carnival Fun Hub app on my smartphone, and as soon as we boarded, I connected up to that, and that was pretty great actually. It was like having a copy of the fun times with me all the time, and I could check the times that the shows were going to start, I could check menus at restaurants, I could even check the activity on my account. So before your next Carnival cruise, check to see if the ship you're going on supports the Fun Hub app, and if it does, I recommend that you use it. It doesn't cost anything. Overall, I think the Carnival Sunshine is a fantastic ship, and it may actually be my favorite ship right now. The slides, the Serenity area, the cleanliness, and all of the amazing food options on board make the Sunshine rank very, very high on my personal list. And if this is any indication as to how the other Funship 2.0 ships are going to be, then man, this is good. I also got to meet several viewers on the ship, which was super cool. A lot of people shook my hand and thanked me for making these videos. We took pictures and sat with a couple viewers on the bus ride back to Orlando, and even got recognized by a police officer working in the Atlanta airport who didn't even go on the trip. I do hope that I get to meet more of you on future cruises, and don't be shy, just come up and say hello. Well, that's going to do it for my Carnival Sunshine series. I hope you enjoyed watching it, and I'd like to thank Carnival Cruise Line for everything that they provided for us and helping us to make this video possible. Make sure you hit that like button and share this video, and if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel so you know whenever I make new content. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Joe Somebody, and I will see you next time. I don't know what the next video will be, but I'll see you then. I mean, you'll see me. I don't have a good way to see you guys. All right, bye.